Hello everyone, again. I'm sitting here with Jackie Morton, chair of the ATG, formerly with the NHS, with huge experience from healthcare. And my question to you, Jackie, is we are here at the HAP HIV conference. How do you see the conference? What experience is this for you? What is it that you've seen so far?
Well, I'm coming from a community activist point of view, and I think one of the things I've seen is there are elements where the community is not really engaged or involved in many things across Europe. And I think for me, whilst there are some really good initiatives, we've seen Barcelona Checkpoint, for example, as one example of really good initiative, but we're also seeing where the community members are a token gesture in things. And I would like to see much more community engagement. We've seen very much the medical perspective of what the community should bring and can bring, but I don't think we're actually seeing it all.
If you look at this event, which is once again a tremendous gathering of almost everyone who's involved in HIV in Europe, and also in hepatitis. Viral hepatitis. What kind of opportunities do you see emerge for the EATG and for the community?
I think there's been some real evidence around the benefit of putting testing closer to the home, and where we as a community can really get engaged in that work to really raise the emphasis of what can be done within the home communities. A lot of the clinicians have been highlighting where a partnership approach can really help. They accept that there is an element of where we don't do testing well, and that's why where the community can really bring some strong engagement at a local level, which I think is the strength of us as EATG members, as activists, that we have got that expertise to look at the psychosocial aspects of care, of testing, to make sure we target key populations and the right populations, and also to give them ongoing support once tested. And we've heard recently around the levels increasing in young people, and how do we tackle and target young people across Europe, particularly when they're really concerned about their sexual behaviours, whether that will need to change through being tested, or whether they'll have to look at a different lifestyle or whatever. So I think there's some real benefits of working in partnership, and certainly the clinicians are keen to see that approach.
Is after your experience so far as chair of the ATG and working, I mean, you plunged into this whole European context with, and it's very busy. What do you think we should focus on in the immediate future? We have the long-term strategy, of course, and we also have the work plan. But what is it that you think would be the most important to deal with or to tackle?
Well, at a political level, it's really difficult to get any policies changed within Europe, and I think we really need to start to do some calls to action around things like PrEP, around testing, to really look at the political masters, to emphasise there is evidence emerging on the benefits of these tools and techniques and medicines. And therefore, for me, there is something there around, as a policy organisation, we should really be targeting key political masters in a very difficult environment when those masters are changing, and when we are looking at how do you tackle some of the political agenda when they're reducing funds, for example, within their own systems. But it's not just about funds, it's about people's lives, and I think where we have great strength as an organisation is that we can show that by reducing the risks of infection through preventative methods, such as PrEP and other preventative methods, that we can start to make a big inroad into the reducing the incidence and prevalence of the disease across Europe in particular, but particularly in Eastern Europe, I think is the key priorities for us. I think there's also other things around how we engage as of local levels with community partners to really help and support them at a local level. So I'm thinking of other NGOs, health centres, clinics, whatever, so that we can start to provide support and information, for example, through some of our leaflets, through the COPE project, or where we can actually help local organisations with training and giving them best practice and evidence-based information that can help support local activists within their own communities. And I think the third area for me is really targeting young people. I think young people are our up-and-coming community for the future. They use different technologies to speak to each other than a lot of us within the EATG perhaps do use at the moment. And I think we really need to target and engage young people in our work plan to really look at the future of what we need to do within Europe, and to emphasise that they have a massive role to play in the future of our long-term strategy.
Thank you very much.
That's it.